This week, we're in New Orleans, Louisiana, where someone here will have their personal treasure selected for display at the National Geographic Museum in Washington, D.C.
It came from a runaway slave swamp. This was used to raise the spirits.
This instrument belonged to one of the early legends of jazz.
That is awesome.
If it is what I think it is, it's even more rare.
What is it?
I'm Curt Doussett.
I'm Kinga Phillips. We're searching the country for items with fascinating history.
This is George Washington's actual signature.
This was possibly made by Thomas Edison. This is the gun that killed Alexander Hamilton.
And objects with unexpected value.
Between $20,000 and $25,000.
Oh my God.
$80,000.
The object that most belongs in a museum is...
We're on the hunt for America's lost treasures.
New Orleans, Narlins, however you want to say it. The city blows me away. The culture, the music, the dark undertones. Ooh, I love it.
I love the energy here in the French Quarter. There's so many colors, so many sounds all around. I think we're pretty much guaranteed to see a lot of interesting items here today.
People from all over the city have come out to the Louisiana State Museum here at the Cabildo to show us their personal treasures.
I've got a few Civil War things that I think are very, very interesting, so I'm very excited.
Want to find out what this is?
We're from Evergreen, and we brought the cane knives.
We just need some explanation as to who could have done this.
All I know is that he was called Poutre.
Count Basie, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday. The guitar's been around the block.
The Cabildo is an historic landmark. The Louisiana Purchase was signed here in 1803.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Curt.
Hey, Curt. Greg on Doussett.
And the experts from this museum will help Kinga and I decide which objects may be museum-worthy.
Let's go check it out.
Fantastic.
Do it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to America's Lost Treasures. Kinga and I are going to come out and see the items that you've brought in and get to know your stories as well.
Well, some of your objects will be selected for further investigation, and then by the end of the week, one of you will be chosen to present your item to the world at the National Geographic Museum in Washington, D.C. What do you think? Go. You're standing all alone with a sword.
I don't think people want to get near a sword.
I do.
My grandfather's grandfather used this in the Civil War, and he was the last member of that branch of the family who actually had seen combat.
May I hold it?
Sure. You can see the marks.
Star?
And
Star.
then it says in Star, and it was the Nathan Starr contract that was the 1818 contract to make all of these sabers for the different militia.
You know, I've been told not to touch these blades because the oils from our hands can actually corrode them. But you're very smart in the sense that you've never had this blade cleaned, because that's where a lot of damage comes in. A lot of people who don't know will come in and will clean them up.
And clean it out.
And actually do a lot more damage than they do good.
In the early 1800s, the U.S. government ordered more than 10,000 of these sabers to arm state militias. Civil War-era swords can sell for as much as $1,000, and it's a great family heirloom, but it's a little too common to be museum-worthy.
This is fascinating. I saw as I walked by the 1727. What do you know about this?
Well, this almost made it with a junkyard.
Really?
Yeah, I was doing some odd jobs, and I had a job emptying out a shed and throwing everything away that was in it. And this was in two pieces, so I didn't make sense of it at first. But as I started to fill the bottom part with junk, and when I got out to throw it away, I noticed the top fit on it. It was sitting next to it. Thank goodness it wouldn't have been recognized.
The top wasn't attached to the bottom?
No.
Really? It's like in a minute.
According to my expert, chests like this can go for as much as $4 grand. And that's great for the owner. But in this condition, it's just not what I'm looking for.
I imagine it's a Foot Locker for a sailor is what my best guess is.
That's a nice Foot Locker for a sailor.
Might have been an officer.
Yeah.
It's a beautifully delicate piece.
Thank you.
And did you say it was a gift from your father to your mother?
Yes, back in the 1930s. I did have an appraisal done on it back in 1985.
What did that turn up?
Well, it's kind of spooky.
Whoa, okay.
we had one gemologist open up the back to repair the stem, and he died shortly after that.
That could be just coincidence.
Sure. So we went back to get it a second time. They were supposed to replace the front cover, and they said that the second gemologist also died. So it's kind of spooky.
Remember back when I said, can I pick this up? You should have just said no. No. I'll just go ahead and leave it. We don't want to kill anyone else off.
So what is this? This looks like really old pogs.
This is called plantation money or tokens.
Plantation money or tokens? Okay, and what were they used for?
So after the war, the slaves were freed, and so they get paid.
Yeah.
Now they need to buy what the master used to provide for them because they're wage earners. And this is the money that was used.
Oh, wait a minute, how come they didn't just give them money?
Because that's just the way it was in those days.
They didn't give former slaves money.
They didn't give them
They
money.
gave them these
they
tokens
gave them
of a
these
strip.
tokens, and we have denominations of 5 cents, 10 cents, 25, 50.
These tokens are a fascinating piece of post-Civil War Southern culture. I think it may be onto something here.
Can I touch them?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Well, these are much smaller than carrying money around. So somebody tried to change these from 75 to 95.
They most probably at some point needed that denomination for some.
You can't do that anymore.
No, that's
Add
against
a
the law.
0 to a 10 or something.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah. It looks like every single one
Every
is
single
signed.
one is signed. Considering they would have been put in people's pockets and everything, I think they're in remarkable.
Oh, these are in amazing shape.
Yeah.
History isn't always pretty, especially when it comes to progress towards civil rights. But that doesn't mean the stories aren't worth telling. If these tokens are authentic, they absolutely belong in a museum.
This is a prayer bench.
Yes, I know.
Yes,
I'm Catholic.
You're Catholic. Well, then you know that particularly here in New Orleans was a Catholic city, and that all good Catholic women had one of these in their homes or an area dedicated to prayer and worship.
Okay, I'm going to do it the respect that it deserves and kneel down next to it,
Okay.
since I'm guessing that it is very delicate and I don't want to kneel on it.
It's very delicate, but what attracted me to it was the symbolism, the etchings in the back, which would suggest that it perhaps came from Haiti or one of the French West Indies islands.
Well, you have the palm tree there, the bright sun.
The cross.
The cross. What is this here? It looks like a snake. With an
snake.
With an
An
apple? Okay, we know where that came from.
The voodoo.
Wait, did you say that the snake and the apple came from voodoo?
Well, this is the
Garden of Eden.
Garden of
For
Eden.
one, but also in the
well,
voodoo.
the snake is a prominent figure in voodoo.
In voodoo.
Uh-huh.
Voodoo has Catholic undertones to it as well.
Catholic undertones, as we know that it came from Africa.
Voodoo has been a part of New Orleans culture for hundreds of years, so it's no surprise that there are a lot of voodoo-related objects here today. This prayer bench clearly has a lot of spiritual value to its owner, but I'm gonna keep looking.
What do you have here? These look like maps.
No, it's not a map. It's a
not a map?
handkerchief.
It's a handkerchief.
It's a handkerchief.
Good, because I have a runny nose. This handkerchief's going to come in handy.
I don't think you want to use this handkerchief for that purpose.
Is this a voodoo handkerchief?
That's what we don't know.
Let me take a look at it.
We have the symbols of the Sacred Heart of Jesus.
Uh-huh. So
we have the
it's Jesus.
seeing eye.
The all-knowing eye, the sun.
We have the sun and the moon.
and the stars.
And the stars. Yes.
Do you practice voodoo yourself?
Yes.
Really? When you say voodoo, I think I'm gonna kill a chicken. I'm going to cast a spell on somebody.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Hollywood.
Okay.
Hollywood. While other religions here in New Orleans was well tolerated, voodoo was not allowed because it was thought that it was practiced by the dull and ignorant people.
Are there blessings that you can give in voodoo?
Oh, sure. Just like you receive blessings in the Catholic Church.
Is there a blessing you could give me?
Yes, I could give you a blessing.
How long is it going to take?
It won't take long.
Bless me.
That's sure.
Hold on, don't mess up my hair. Are you kidding me? Spend all day on this.
Artifacts like this handkerchief often have a deep spiritual meaning for their owner, but I'm looking for something that has more historical value.
Is this yours?
Yes, it is.
Please tell me about this. I saw this earlier. How long have you owned this drum?
6 years. About 2 or 3 months after Katrina, well, right on the levee along Florida Avenue, there's a swamp, an old maroon swamp, a runaway slave swamp. It came from that area, and they found this drum propped in a tree.
Wow. I was here in New Orleans after Katrina hit, and with all the devastation, it is amazing that anything at all survived.
From my research, I would imagine this was used to raise the spirits.
Do you ever play it?
I have never played it because I don't know what spirits have been written or carved into this drum.
How does that work?
Well, the person that tuned the drum, put it together, they know what it was to be used for, what type of ceremony or what specific ceremony. I'm aware of what, what can happen when you raise spirits.
Feel my pulse.
She's pulsed up.
The story of this drum is incredible. If I can piece together how this drum fits into the history of New Orleans voodoo, this could absolutely be the treasure I'm looking for.
It was autographed by Les Paul. It's the same style that Les Paul played on in 1927. So it was very, very precious to him.
What is this connection to Les Paul himself, other than his autograph on there?
He had it in his home in New Jersey for over 40 years.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
this is his personal collection.
This is Les Paul's personal collection.
Les Paul's personal collection.
Les Paul is a rock and roll legend. Guitars from his collection have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. But there are tons of fakes and forgeries out there.
Did Les play this guitar?
Yes, sir, he did.
Are there any photos or anything showing him playing this particular guitar?
I can see if we can find them, but
because if you got one, I'll believe you. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe you right now, but I'll believe you right now.
Of course.
Okay.
That's little.
It is a teeny tiny coffin, yes.
It looks like a coffin.
It is, actually, and it's got a little hinge on it. I don't know what its origins are. A friend gave it to a friend who gave it to me.
Okay.
When my brother passed away. And I put some of my brother's ashes in it. You see, you can hear, oh, some of them spilled out. I'm so sorry. You can hear the little, they did. Did you see that?
I'm very sorry about your brother, by the way.
It's okay, no,
What was his name?
George.
George,
so
hello.
Yeah, you got a little bit of George with you there.
The history of the silver coffin is a little too personal to be museum worthy, so I'm gonna keep looking.
Thank you, thanks a lot.
And rinse off.
Tell me what you have.
I have a portrait of Eleanor Randolph Wilson.
Okay.
She is the youngest daughter of our 28th president, Woodrow Wilson. What I'm curious about is what was the purpose of this painting?
I'm going to bring in an appraiser. David, there he is. Come on in. He's a member of the Appraisers Guild of America. So, David, tell me what you can find out about this. This is Eleanor Wilson, is that
yes,
what you said?
The youngest daughter of Woodrow
yeah,
Wilson.
yeah.
I checked with the curator of the Woodrow Wilson Presidential Library, and he confirmed it for me that it was her.
It's definitely her.
Mm-hmm.
She married Secretary of State McAdoo. Woodrow Wilson had a stroke in the White House, and Secretary of State McAdoo was a very popular man. He took over the powers of the presidency. It's a very popular image.
What would you put this value at?
Value?
Yeah.
Kinga and I are at the Cabildo, where the people of New Orleans have brought out some amazing objects.
So what would you put this value at?
Value?
Yeah, value.
Well, first of all, I would, it's an image of her. It's not a painting of her, in my personal opinion, because I can see pixelation. I can see it as a print. See? Her. It's a print of her. And the fact that it's on the White House shoes print like that, the White House shoes is probably the rationale behind this.
You think it was an advertisement?
It's an advertisement, absolutely. She was probably a very popular figure during this period of time. Fair market value?
Yeah.
$25.
I'm gonna hand this back to you.
Surely, thank you.
Boy, she's got a really neat early example of shoe advertising. So, but I am looking for something a little more valuable, a painting that has more worth and could end up in a museum.
This is a cane knife. Cane, sugar cane.
Pull it towards me.
All right.
There you go. This looks like it was done on Christmas
Day, 1860.
Christmas
so it's
Day.
right before the Civil War started.
Okay. Out of all the objects here today, Kinga and I can only pick a few each to investigate further.
My great-great-grandmother and grandfather, they wrote love letters and war letters.
Oh, all right.
So that's
you had me at love letters.
That's
Keep
the
talking.
background.
And in the end, only one collector will have their personal treasure displayed in the National Geographic Museum.
I think this is an incredibly beautiful piece. I mean, the detail in it is spectacular. I mean, obviously, I'm disappointed there are no cookies inside.
What is this?
This is a painting that has been in my family for at least 4 generations. Supposedly, he's a relative. The stories I've heard through the family is that he was an officer for Napoleon.
French portraits can be worth a fortune at auction. And with the family connection to this one, it could be a real find.
Right upstairs.
Okay. Wow. We're getting VIP pass.
Yeah.
Curator Tony Lewis is taking me to the Cabildo Archive to see how this painting measures up to the museum's collection.
All right, here, I'll move this.
And we'll flip him over so we can get a better look at it.
All right.
Okay.
Wow, look at that.
All right. And one of the things that I'm seeing immediately is the surface paper does seem to be a little bit acidic. You can see some characteristics on these edges of the paper beginning to get a little bit brittle. And what that suggests is that the paper was probably made after the Civil War.
Like, how long after the Civil War? I mean, was it immediately, or?
You see, earlier paper was made out of rags.
Rags?
And rag paper has a great durability. It really almost lasts forever.
A closer look under the glass shows that the paper is 100 years younger than I'd hoped.
But I think that this is what we call kind of a historicizing image.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's a kind of commemoration of somebody.
It's commemorating a soldier from the 18th century. It's just not from the 18th century. So I'm gonna have to keep looking.
What am I looking at here other than candlesticks that I know?
They've been in our vault for maybe 100 years or so.
What vault are we
It's a
referring to?
vault in the Ursuline Convent on State Street.
And you ladies work at the convent?
Yes. And Peter Patou saw them, and he was enamored. He just levitated.
Because they were so beautiful, monumental, rare silver candlesticks. They're solid silver. No doubt they were made for some prominent person and then given to the Ursuline nuns.
It was probably a gift.
It was probably a gift.
But we don't know. They've been in the vault as long as anybody at the convent knows. There's some marks right here, JS, that stands for the person who made them.
So this is just a common imprint that a silversmith would leave
That's correct.
on something like this, but we don't know where they're from, where they
Or-
were made.
That's right. Or who, by who.
Is that inside? Look at this piece. That's beautiful. Wow.
I think it's exquisite.
All the
because
detail in
it's
it is
not
beautiful.
boring.
And the fact.
Do you notice each design
It's different.
is different, and so it keeps your interest.
Thank you for letting me look at them. I appreciate it.
And thank you for inviting us. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Definitely going to keep an eye on this one.
How you doing?
Tony,
Good to
we've
see
got
you.
Tom here who's got some of these glass plates from a guy named Willis.
Willis Vale.
Yes. Okay.
That's correct. These look like 5x8 dry plate negatives. By the turn of the century, these had become pretty popular. And so there are a number of photographers like Vale working in New Orleans, taking these just lovely architectural views.
I have about 14 of these. Beautiful locations. This is Royal Street.
Yeah.
This, of course, is Mardi Gras.
Uh-huh.
This right here is the St. James steamship anchored at Canal Street. The incredible detail. This is this particular slide right here that I had blown up. And this is this building we're in right now.
Yeah. So what value do these have now? I mean, historically, are they relevant or what?
Their value is historical. I mean, we have a really strong photographic tradition in New Orleans. I mean, it's just an amazing one. And at the same time, there's at least 3 or 4 really fantastic photographers that I can think of that are working. So I think what we have here is maybe a 5th or 6th great photographer to add to that sort of pantheon.
Right.
Everything tells a great story about our history.
Yeah.
So
what
that's
would you
we
say
look at.
these are worth?
Well, I really, as a curator, I really can't discuss.
Okay,
values,
well, don't discuss it, but whisper it into my mic.
It's a chair,
It's a chair.
It is a chair.
and it looks very old.
It is very old, and it was a Captain Steamboat chair that this would be on the
A
steamboat.
steamboat.
Attached to the floor.
It should be attached.
Absolutely.
It's bumpy out there.
It does. You're right.
May I
Isn't that
touch
beautiful?
it?
Yeah, certainly.
This
Yeah.
is such a cool piece. Do you know what boat this came
No.
from? Who the captain was?
We don't.
This steamboat chair is fascinating, but I don't have a lot of information to go on.
Katie.
Lucky for me, the Cabildo is home to some true experts.
Wow, what a beautiful chair. So, a couple of interesting things about this. I would date this to about the 1860s. In the 19th century, especially the mid to late 19th century, you see a lot of the revival styles. So you see the classical revival, Gothic revival, Renaissance revival, and this mixes kind of a few of those.
Have you seen chairs like this?
So, I actually have not seen chairs like this.
So this is unique.
Yeah, I haven't ever seen one. And
Really?
There were lots of explosions on steamboats and wrecks and all kinds of things. So many of them burned, so there's not a whole lot left.
I love this. I really, really love this piece.
I mean, just look at it. This chair has got a great story behind it. And with Katie's information, this is a slam dunk for me. I'm taking it.
I gotta take a look at this. All right. The clarinet was the first instrument that I've ever played, and I still own my original clarinet. Where did you get this?
Well, you know, I'm a jazz musician, a jazz clarinetist.
Really?
I come from a first generation of New Orleans jazz musicians, and I had several clarinet players in my family, so I guess it kind of passed down.
Yeah, family business.
Yes, but I've been playing jazz for over 30 years. I bought this from a music store in New York.
Okay.
And this instrument, in fact, belonged to one of the early legends of jazz, the great Omer Simeon, who played with Jelly Roll Morton.
Jelly Roll Morton, yeah, one of my favorites on the Black Bottom Stomp.
Oh, well, that was Omer Simeon.
That was
Yes,
him
of
that
course.
played that?
I've played that
I used to
many
listen to that
times.
record over and over and over again.
Of course. I love it, yes.
Yep.
Jelly Roll Morton was one of the founding fathers of jazz, and Omar Simeon was right there with him. I just might be onto something here.
Now, do you have any documentation?
I got documentation for them, which of course disappeared in Hurricane Katrina. This was one of the few things that I grabbed and was able to save.
Jazz has been called the quintessential American art form, and it has its roots right here on the streets of New Orleans. If I can prove this clarinet belonged to Omer Simeon, it could be worth thousands of dollars. And it absolutely belongs in a museum.
Thank you for bringing that in.
You're
Thank you for letting
welcome.
me pick that up.
No
That
problem.
is very delicate
I
piece.
trust
Gorgeous.
you. Thank you.
What a day. Curt and I have seen absolutely everything that people of New Orleans have brought out. And each of us has chosen 2 items to investigate further.
I found these fascinating plantation tokens and a clarinet that could be a piece of jazz history. I've got this in the bag.
We're in the Big Easy, Curt. Go big or go home. I've got 2 objects that represent the true soul of New Orleans. A voodoo drum with a great story behind it, and a rare captain's chair from a steamboat. Now it's time to investigate these items further and find out which one is America's lost treasure.
At the open call, Dr. Michael White brought in a clarinet that he claims belonged to jazz legend Omer Simeon.
Now, do you have any documentation that
I got documentation for them, which of course disappeared in Hurricane Katrina.
But before I can present this to National Geographic, I've got to prove this clarinet is authentic. I'm on my way at the Royal Sonesta Hotel. This is the place that put New Orleans jazz on the map. And I'm hoping jazz historian and musician Gerald French will let me know if this is a lost treasure. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good. Good to see you, Gerald. What I actually have here is a clarinet that belongs to Dr. Michael White.
Okay.
He says it belonged to Omer Simeon. the jazz clarinetist, and we're kind of hoping to find out a little bit more about the history of this and what this might be worth.
Jazz actually started with the marching bands here in and around New Orleans. And they were playing more of a military style of music, not so much jazz yet. With New Orleans, we always like to take the written music and we think that we can do it a little better than the written music.
Sure.
So what they did was they would learn the heads of the songs and the guys started to improvise. So instead of going boom, 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 we would go boom, 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 boom. And it makes it swing. Free people of color settled and, you know, they were able to work and play and develop the music into what you know as jazz. Omar Simeon was a clarinet player from New Orleans. I kind of like Omar Simeon because he played in one of my favorite bands, which is the Kid Ory Band. Yeah.
Omar Victor Simeon was one of the original jazz cats. Born in 1902 right here in New Orleans, he played with Jelly Roll Morton, Louis Armstrong, and countless others.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. This is, he said, probably some of the original cork on here. Omar Simeon was a legend, but is this clarinet really a lost treasure? So what do you think of this?
Actually,
I'm at the Royal Sonesta Hotel, where historian Gerald French is giving me a lesson in jazz history. But now, it's time to find out if this clarinet belonged to jazz legend Omar Simeon. So what do you think of this?
Actually, man, this is incredible.
Really?
Yeah, but this is actually really nice. It's an Albert system. The Albert system clarinet is the one with the hole in the back. It doesn't have the trigger. It's got the hole. So in order to change the pitch, you have to use your finger, your thumb to cover the hole in the back. And that's the biggest difference between this one and the one that Benny Goodman and guys in the 40s who played in big bands and swing bands use. To me, that's got the real sound, especially for New Orleans jazz.
Got all the markings on it still. You can see the one there on the neck.
Okay. Yeah, it's a silver clarinet. Very, very, very nice. Very old, very rare. Yeah, it's really good. They stopped making clarinets like this a long time ago.
Really? So right in that time when jazz comes onto the scene as like a legitimate music style is right when this clarinet came into life.
Well, Omar Simeon played in the 20s, you know, so it's a good chance that it actually might be his clarinet.
Nice. The style and model of the clarinet match what Omar Simeon would have played. If Gerald is excited, then I'm on the right track.
Mixed emotions for me to see something that could have passed through one of the legends of jazz, and it was actually right here in front of me in my hands, and I was able to hold it. If you can actually prove that the horn belonged to Omar Simeon, there's a lot of jazz collectors that would probably pay anywhere from $25,000 to $30,000.
So far, so good. But for this clarinet to be museum worthy, I need some hard evidence. I'm gonna reach out to the John Baltimore Music Store in New York, where Dr. White purchased the clarinet, to see what they can dig up.
I'm ready to get my investigations going. Full steam ahead.
It was a Captain Steamboat chair.
Arlen and Dwayne came to the open call with this beautiful steamboat chair. The museum curator was able to confirm that steamboat artifacts like this are rare, but I need to learn a lot more about it, and I know just who to ask.
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm Kinga.
I'm Captain Holland. Welcome aboard. Go right ahead.
Thank you. Look at this. These controls look like they haven't changed in 100 years.
Basically, they haven't. The only thing that's missing is the wheel that would have been here. This is what you steer with, but this turns a steam engine on down there that moves the rudders.
So this is what you turn with. Can I turn it a little bit right now?
Yeah, sure.
Wow, this is incredible.
Yeah.
And you're sure I can't drive the boat?
No.
Really
Sorry
sure?
about that, but I'll let you blow the whistle.
Okay, I'm gonna blow the whistle and we're gonna go see the chair. Ready?
All righty.
Promise?
Promise.
Okay, ready?
Captain Hawley has been running this river for over 50 years, and he's also an expert on steamboat history and artifacts.
Take me back to the time of when this boat was at its heyday.
The river was the interstate of its day. This was a way to get somewhere.
So it was just life for people. It was a way to transport goods. It was a way to get around.
Parties on the boat, good meals,
It's so great.
gambling.
Ooh.
Usually the riverboat gamblers came on and went upstream because the planters' annual income came from sugar or cotton. After they sold it here in New Orleans, they had money in their pocket.
And they were going back upstream,
Right.
so they wanted to be with the guys with money.
Right. The
That's
gamblers
smart.
wanted to ride up the river. They didn't give a hoot about down the river.
Learning about life on the river is amazing, but I still need the captain to tell me if this chair is a lost treasure.
We had a gentleman come into the open call and he brought this in and he thought it was a captain's chair.
Definitely a steamboat chair, no later than 1900, no earlier than 1860, and
Is this the chair you would have sat in as a captain?
this is not a captain's chair.
Really?
He would not have been able to see over the pilot wheel. It would have been up way up.
That's a good point.
To see over the wheel, to see the river ahead.
Right.
But if it is what I think it is, it's even more rare than a captain's chair.
What is it?
Curt and I are in New Orleans on the hunt for America's lost treasures. We've each chosen 2 items to investigate, but only one will be selected to join the National Geographic Museum.
And I'm on to something with the steamboat chair.
It's even more rare than a captain's chair.
What is it?
It's a barber chair.
A barber chair. I didn't know steamboats even had barber shops.
All the big fine ones did.
What a window to our past. The best of these boats had barber shops, reading, and formal dining rooms. These steamboats were more than just transportation. For many, they were entertainment.
I think it was originally elevated so the barber could raise and lower it. See, that's built to be through bolted. It was on a stand. It swivels.
Bolted to the ground, which would
Yeah.
make sense because if you're shearing someone, you don't want the chair moving around.
That's right.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
I have seen one before.
So you can identify it, that it
Yes.
is a chair from a barber shop.
Yes,
Rare.
it was rare.
More unique than a captain's chair.
Yes, it's a real keepsake.
Really?
Yeah.
Earlier, I reached out to John Baltimore Music in New York. They're trying to track down paperwork to confirm Dr. White's clarinet belonged to jazz legend Omar Simeon. But for now, I've got another strong contender to investigate.
They didn't give former slaves money.
They didn't give them
They
money.
gave them these
they
tokens
gave them
of a
these
script.
tokens.
St. Joseph's Plantation is where these tokens were actually issued. I'm hoping someone there can authenticate them and help me understand the history behind them. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, Curt? Stacy.
Good. Stacy, nice to meet you, man. Thanks for meeting me.
Sure. Welcome to St. Joe Plantation. Why don't you come on inside now?
Thank you, man.
Show you a little bit around.
Okay.
Oh, this place has been in our family since the 1800s.
Really?
Yeah.
So where are we at right now?
This was the house where the plantation owner lives.
Okay.
And out back is where workers and slaves used to live and
Okay.
where all the work was done.
Well, I got some stuff I'd like to show you. Where do you want to set this up at?
How about we put it on this table right here?
Okay. Let me tell you what I got. I have some plantation tokens from right here, St. Joseph's Plantation.
They are from St. Joseph. Sure enough.
Have you seen these before?
We have a few downstairs, but I haven't seen, that many,
Yeah.
you know, in one spot anywhere, really.
Okay, they're real and they do come from this plantation. This is a great starting point.
After they freed the slaves, they used this as a type of currency.
Okay.
And they would pay people's wages with these tokens.
So would these have been good for just here at St. Joseph's Plantation?
Yes. Typically, it was only used in-house. And each plantation had their own set of tokens. but the country store or the general store had anything you needed there, you know, from clothes to clothing or materials to make clothes back then.
Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation freed the slaves in 1863, but the use of tokens wasn't outlawed in Louisiana until 1910. These tokens represent the long road to true civil rights that the freed slaves faced.
You know, if you want to see how things are done today, we can take a little trip out in the field here.
Yeah, definitely. So, what I'm going to do is...
move that lever over and go forward.
I'm going.
Give it a little throttle and go off and going.
Holy cow, I mean, he's just ripping it up and throwing it in the back and dumping it in our bin?
That's right.
Stacy, what do you think the tokens are worth that I brought you?
Well, they're definitely unique, you know, and come from post-slavery days. I mean, the 1800s, anything that's still intact, especially something of that nature.
Oh, they're in great condition, too.
I think each token is worth $10 to $20.
$10 to $20.
I'm gonna do some more research, but I'm convinced Jones' collection is seriously valuable.
So no matter what their monetary value is, I think we could still have one of America's lost treasures. What do you think?
I think we do.
Up next, our investigations come down to the wire.
It's an awesome piece. It's very, very interesting.
And finally, National Geographic will decide which of our collectors has America's lost treasure.
The object that I'm going to choose for the National Geographic exhibition is...
I'm feeling confident about my steamboat chair, especially after what Captain Holly told me.
It's even more rare than a captain's chair. It's a barber chair.
And now it's time to do some heavy lifting with my next object.
If I look awkward carrying a voodoo drum, that's because it is. I don't want to let any spirits out.
There's a swamp, an old maroon swamp, a runaway slave swamp. It came from that area, and they found this drum propped in a tree.
I know voodoo has deep roots here in New Orleans, and this drum has an incredible personal story. But Kathy didn't know anything about its background or what it might have been used for.
This is the drum, and I'm gonna need your help.
How are you? I'm welcome.
I'm hoping Professor Fandrich at the New Orleans African American Museum will be able to answer all of our questions.
The bones are interesting. The bones look like large mammals. It would be like a thigh bone. It would be either a goat or a sheep. Could be a deer or an antelope. It's an awesome piece. It's very, very interesting.
It's got a lot of enigma and it's got a lot of possibly dark undercurrents.
You said possibly dark. So let's first clear up one prejudice.
Please do.
Voodoo is not about negative witchcraft and evil things. Voodoo has been vilified not because they're evil or an evil religion, but because of the transatlantic slave trade. Voodoo is really a very loose term that covers several clusters of religions. One cluster is the traditional religions of West Africa. All of them have drums that look a little bit similar to this one. However, they never would use a bone as a peg. They would use a very hard, They would use a very hard wood for the peg. It would look similar, but they would not use bones. This is not a drum to be used to play it regularly in ceremonies. It wouldn't last.
How old do you think this drum is?
I don't know exactly, but I would think, let me have a look at the bottom.
Do.
I don't think this drum is older than 30 or 40 years.
The first African slaves arrived in New Orleans in 1719, bringing the voodoo tradition with them. But this drum is nowhere near that old. The owner of this drum, when she brought it to me, she said that it was found after Katrina in a tree.
Do you remember where she found it?
It was found in the lower 9th Ward at the intersection of Coffin and Florida.
Coffin and Florida.
That tells you something.
Yes. This is an area where once a major temple stood, and maybe some of the descendants made this drum, you know, inspired by the spiritual location.
The person that tuned the drum, put it together, they know what it was to be used for.
At the open call, Kathy had some reservations about playing the drum.
I'm aware of what, you know, what can happen when you raise spirits.
but Dr. Fandrich recommended someone who may be a little more comfortable communicating with the spirits inside it. Dr. Fandrich brought me to Priestess Miriam to see if she can get the drum talking.
Says, glory, hallelujah. My friends don't treat me like I used to. But I feel better since I laid my burden down. That was the message I got. So know that all is well and we are one.
Music is still the lifeblood of New Orleans, just like it was back in the day of Omar Simeon. While I'm waiting to hear back from the music shop, Dr. White's letting me take his clarinet out for a little test drive. Gerald, you paying attention? Where's Gerald? Yeah!
Give it up for Curt, ladies and
That was awesome. I mean, what an opportunity to get up there and play the clarinet that could have possibly been owned by Omar Simeon. So if I get a call from New York saying this actually was owned by him, I mean, I think I've got this thing in the bag. New Orleans was a blast, and we found some really incredible objects. Ultimately, only one collector will receive the opportunity to display their personal treasure in Washington, D.C. It was a tough call, but Kinga and I can only pick one object each to present to National Geographic. First off, let me say thank you for letting me take these plantation tokens. I set out to find out what they're worth, the value of these tokens, because I think they're a really important piece of American history. And what I was able to do is I was able to visit the plantation, speak to an expert, and do some of my own research. And I found out that these tokens, each individually, are worth anywhere from $6 to $40 a piece. So with what you have here, you're looking at several thousands of dollars.
And we actually have more.
Unfortunately, it hurts to tell you this. I have another item I'm looking at that I think could be really important, so I'm going to give these back to you. I thank you, and hold on to them.
Oh, we're not doing anything with them, absolutely not.
Good. Thank you so much,
Thank
Joan.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. I was very surprised at what the value is. That's quite a bit of money.
This part is never easy. Once you've learned their stories, it is so hard to let these treasures go. The two things that we really want to know about the drum are who made it and why, right?
I don't think this drum is older than 30 or 40 years. I don't think.
So I took it to an anthropologist, and she said it was most likely made by an artist who wanted to honor his voodoo heritage. So it's probably not something that I would bring into a museum. But I do have a really cool piece of information for you. We also took it to a voodoo priestess, and she played the drum, and she has a message for you. The drum had a beginning, but now it's found its home with you. It is very happy here.
Good.
It's a
Good.
great
Thank
message.
you so much. It's a good message.
You're welcome.
It's a really good message. Thank you so much.
All right, well, this is very exciting. We have two amazing items, and we are very honored because we have Catherine Kane, who runs the National Geographic Museum, to help us make a decision. Thank you for being here.
Kinga, please, take it away.
Catherine, I met Arlen and Dwayne. They told me that this is a captain's chair from a steamboat. So I talked to Captain Holly, who has been a captain on a steamboat for 50 years. First thing the man says when he sees the chair is, "This is not a captain's chair." He says this actually came from the barber shop on a steamboat.
How big?
Two reasons he had. One, it's too short. And two, in the barber shop is the only place where they would actually bolt down a chair. And there are very, very few of them left. So the story of this chair is phenomenal. The value is pretty good too. Turns out that this might be worth as much as $2,000.
Great.
Great story.
All right, Catherine, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. When I first came into the room, I heard this clarinet playing, and it sounded wonderful, and I wanted to find out more about it. Now, what Michael told me was that it possibly belonged to Omer Simeon, one of the premier jazz players here in the 1920s, so it could be very significant. But unfortunately, Michael lost some of the documentation during Katrina. So what I did is I was able to call up the store in New York where you bought it and talk to the same salesman that you bought it from, and he remembered you.
Wow.
And so what he was able to do was send me some documentation authenticating the clarinet as actually belonging to Omer Simeon.
Wow.
Yeah. So now here's the exciting news. He places the value of this clarinet somewhere between $25,000 and $30,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The Omer Simeon clarinet.
Well, this is very difficult. Both of these objects tell amazing stories, but I can only choose one. And the object that I'm going to choose for the National Geographic exhibition is the clarinet. Many people consider jazz music the great American art form, and to have this historic instrument in this exhibition is really a wonderful opportunity.
A lot of people play clarinet in school, and this one is so unusual. I think it will spark their curiosity, and maybe it'll inspire some people to listen to the kind of music that came out of it. New Orleans jazz.
Miss you. I miss you. Okay, I'm just saying goodbye.
Oh.
I'm just saying goodbye. That's all right.
But you can go and look at it in the museum.
I'm going. Yeah, now that I've played it, I can only see it now if I go visit it in the museum.
Well, they should put a note on it, say that you
played by Curt Doussett and Omer
yes.
Simeon.
Yes.
No one cares. Awesome. Thank you, man. That's awesome.
It's original.